Some myths were created to teach lessons. Others were created to warn people. But these creatures, they were so disturbing, so dangerous, that entire civilizations tried to erase them from history. What you're about to hear isn't folklore for children. These are 5 mythical creatures you were never supposed to know existed. And once you hear about them, you'll understand why they were forgotten. When we think of mythology, we imagine dragons, gods, or heroic monsters. But ancient cultures didn't invent myths for fun. They created them to explain fear, death, and things they could not control. Some stories became legends. Others were buried on purpose because these creatures didn't inspire wonder. They inspired pure terror. Let's begin. 1. The Manananggal Philippine folklore. The Manananggal was not a monster that attacked cities. It didn't roar. It didn't destroy villages. It was far worse. By day, it looked like a normal woman. At night, its upper body detached itself, growing massive bat-like wings. The lower half stayed behind. The creature then flew silently through the darkness, hunting pregnant women, feeding on unborn children, using a long, needle-like tongue. What made the Manananggal truly disturbing wasn't its appearance. It was the idea that evil could look completely human. Villagers believed the only way to kill it was to find the lower half and cover it with salt or ash, so the creature could never reattach itself. This myth wasn't entertainment. It was a warning. Not everything that smiles at you is human. 2. The Grutslang African mythology. According to ancient African legends, when the world was created, the gods made a mistake. They combined an elephant and a serpent into a single creature. The result was the Grutslang, an enormous being with the strength of an elephant and the intelligence and venom of a massive snake. The gods feared what they had created and tried to destroy it. But some Grutslangs escaped, hiding deep inside caves, guarding piles of diamonds and gold. Anyone who entered these caves was never seen again. What terrified ancient people wasn't just its size. It was the belief that some monsters were accidents, things even the gods didn't intend to exist. 3. The Aswang Philippine folklore, the Aswang, isn't one creature. It's a category of nightmares. By day, it lives among humans. By night, it transforms into something inhuman, a beast, a vampire, a shapeshifter. It hunts alone, quietly, strategically. The Aswang doesn't attack strong warriors. It targets the sick, the elderly, and children. Ancient communities believed the Aswang could hear a human heartbeat from far away, and that it enjoyed playing with its victims before killing them. The reason this myth survived so long is simple. It represents the fear of being hunted without knowing it. No warning, no chance to fight back, just silence, and then darkness. For the Nukkalavi Scottish mythology, this creature was considered so horrifying that people avoided even saying its name. The Nukkalavi had the body of a horse, with a human torso fused into its back. Its skin was missing. You could see black blood pumping through yellow veins, exposed muscle twitching with every movement. It spread disease wherever it went. Crops died. Animals collapsed. Humans became violently ill. The only thing that could stop it: fresh water. People believed rivers were the only places where the Nukkalavi could not follow. This wasn't a random monster. It was how ancient people explained plagues, famine, and sudden death when the world itself felt hostile. 5. The Batibot Ancient Filipino myth. The Batibot doesn't chase you. It waits. This creature was believed to live inside ancient trees. When those trees were cut down, the Batibot would follow the wood into houses at night. It would sit on a person's chest while they slept, heavy, invisible, unmovable. Victims couldn't breathe, they couldn't scream, they couldn't move. They would wake up paralyzed or not wake up at all. Today, we might call it sleep paralysis, but ancient people believed it was something worse, a reminder that you are never truly safe, even while sleeping. These creatures weren't meant to entertain. They weren't bedtime stories. They were expressions of fear, created by people who lived in a world far more brutal than ours. A world where nature killed without warning, where sickness had no cure, where darkness meant death. Maybe these creatures never existed physically, but the fear behind them, that was real. And maybe that's why they were never supposed to be remembered. Which of these creatures disturbed you the most? And which one do you think might be based on something real? Subscribe for more stories that blur the line between myth and reality.